It's Social Space 2023, the second show of the year. We are so excited to be here and so excited that you guys, I'm pointing at both the cameras, are here with us. It is good times. I'm Chris Horgan. That's Jackie Hager. That's Andrew Bell. Yes. Sitting to my right, the ever so lovely Alisa Echols. Hospice of Wichita Falls. We are clapping. We'll talk to her in a minute. We have business to attend to. We got to thank our great sponsors. The 4 Stars Auto Ranch, and Jackie's got a fun fact, big breaking news for us here in just a second about that. We love our friends at Falls Truck Center.
Yes, we do.
Sean and Tanny Schote are the best. We've got great friends at News Channel 6 that let us air this every Sunday night at 10:35. Thank goodness. Thanks, friends. And then we've got our buddies over at Town Square Media, AM 1290. Yes. You can listen to the show on Saturdays on AM 1290. So super, super cool. Jackie, what's the breaking news
Well,
I got
that
here?
sounded a little newscasty. Breaking news.
Well, maybe I'm back. Maybe I just slid back into old times.
Because you said breaking news, which it is breaking news.
Okay, get it.
I don't know if you know it.
Okay, come on. I want to hear.
Happy to announce at 4 Stars Auto Ranch that Mark Havens is back at 4 Stars Auto Ranch.
Really?
So we're real excited to have Mark back on the team. So all of you people who love Mark, and the world loves Mark.
Mark's a great guy.
Mark is a great guy. Yeah. The world loves Mark. You can give Mark a call at 4 Stars Auto Ranch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I also have breaking news.
What?
Yeah, over the holiday break, I taught myself how to make beef jerky.
Oh. And we're just now finding this out.
Holy
I know, it's breaking news.
Well, you know what? You had to test it. You had to test it, didn't you? You can't just make beef jerky and go, here, want some?
That's what I've been doing.
You better quality control check that stuff.
That's right. And Chris, next week's show is a beef jerky show.
We're gonna have some jerky. I'm excited.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Aren't you glad you're here?
Yes.
You should have been here next week. So you
I know.
Maybe we'll
Gonna
bring you
sample
some.
that beef jerky.
Yes,
All right. Let's talk about Hospice of Wichita Falls. Great place.
Yes.
It just is a benefit to this community so massively. So tell us the story behind you and how you got to be the head honcho there.
Okay, my background is in social work. So 22 years ago this month, I started as the only full-time social worker. Then we were taking care each day of about 45 patients. To today, it's about 260 patients. So in 2008, when Jan Banta decided to retire, Sandy Aguirre became our CEO. She asked if I would be the alternate administrator, which I did. And then Sandy's mom got sick shortly after in New York, so she retired in 2009 to take care of her, and I became the executive director in 2010.
And you've done a bombastic job since.
Well, you're sweet,
Amazing.
Did you just say, wait a minute, did you just say bombastic?
Bombastic.
Oh,
You know,
bombastic.
Over the New Year's celebration with the wife, we both heard Shaggy do Mr. Bombastic. Like, I heard it like 5 times on the radio. So it is just jammed in my head right now.
Jammed in your head?
Yes, it's fantastic.
Well, I also want to say that Alisa is an Archer County, Windthorst, Texas
right.
girl.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Alisa, you're here today to talk about the big expansion in the inpatient center. Kind of walk us through what's been happening behind the scenes.
Okay, so in 1997, we were blessed here in Wichita Falls to open up a 12 free bed standing inpatient center. We were one of the first in the state of Texas, and really there wasn't that many national ones at the time. So in case someone couldn't stay in their home, they would have that option to have inpatient care. So in 2016, we started taking care of and had the honor to take care of many people. We were taking care of about 270 patients in our whole 12 counties then, and the year before that, that was 220. So we grew a lot in that one year. And on average in our inpatient center that year, we were taking care of 11 patients. And we always like to save one of those beds in case one of our patients in the home setting gets in a crisis in the middle of the night. In many days, we didn't have that bed open. Yep. So board of directors, us as staff, said, what do we need to do to expand? Unfortunately, we were landlocked, but we looked at every option that we could there on the site. And we actually drew plans to say, like, if we added 6 more beds, what would that look like? But when we expand, that means the kitchen had to expand, the public restrooms had to expand, and we just didn't have room for that. So Kevin Parsons was on our board, and we were having a long-range planning meeting one day. And after that, he drove around in the Sea Blue property, you know, the swimming pools. It's right there across the street, like 600 feet from our inpatient center doors. And he was like, why don't we look at buying that, and then we could put a building over there. So we did. We got a great price for it. So then we were able to buy that property. It was going to be administrative buildings at first, and then we were like, nope, that doesn't feel right. So now all of our inpatient care will be on the Sea Blue property.
Wow.
It's 3.3 acres over there, 38,000 square feet. So we started in January of 2018 with our fundraising, so $15 million. And that's not just the inpatient center, but stage phase 2 of renovations and all of that to the current. So we started building in 2019, and then we're just a couple weeks away now for construction to be finished.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And we got to take a tour of it before Christmas. Oh my goodness, Alisa, it's just remarkable. And what a gift to the community. How do you think that's going to impact this whole area?
You know, we hate, Jackie, right now to have to turn anybody away who needs that inpatient care. So it'll just be more options. Even if someone just needs to come in for respite, maybe can't go back home. So yeah, it'll be a great opportunity for more people to get to use our inpatient setting when they need it.
Can you remind those that are watching, how many counties again do you serve? And gosh, I guess the deeper question here would be, when does someone make contact with you?
We serve 12 counties, so we don't go cross Oklahoma border. So we just stay here in Texas, but we go out to Knox City, way out, you know, Quanah, all of that area, all the way to Nocona, Windthorst, Jacksboro. So we have a big radius that we serve. And, you know, still the biggest complaint we get at Hospice of Wichita Falls is, why didn't I call y'all sooner? Like, why didn't I know all that y'all can offer? Half of our patients die within 2 weeks of getting on our services. And you know, research shows being on hospice services, you live longer. So it's just people wait. It's such a scary phone call, and we understand that. But I think it's great when you get that diagnosis to make that phone call to hospice. We have a palliative care program now that we started in 2015. So if you don't need hospice, we have other resources that will be beneficial to you.
And it's not just end-of-life care. There's so much more bereavement.
Yes.
You know, there's so much more help. There's help for kids. There's camps. You guys have so many different programs.
And that's part of the $15 million that we raised. We built a new meeting and bereavement center, and that's where we host it Radio Day this year. And it's wonderful, yes, so we can host those children camps and one-on-one counseling that we do. And all that is offered to the community at no charge.
And we were just discussing the Tree of Lights and the success of Tree of Lights. How much money, again, did you guys raise in December?
We raised, to date, $350,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That is
I know.
amazing.
What a great community we live in. We're very, very blessed.
You know, when that long ago, the goal was 175,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you've doubled that, and just easily. Well, I don't want to say easily. It's never easy to raise money.
Right.
But it's a lot of people look forward to your campaign every year.
Yes.
And that star on top of the tree.
Well, we couldn't do it without everybody, so.
I love it.
awesome.
I love what hospice does for
I do too.
all 12 counties. That's a big stretch too. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all your hard work.
Thank you.
All right,
Wow.
we're taking a break.
We're taking a break.
I gotta relax a little bit. I'm just kidding. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
New arrivals coming in every week at 4 Stars Auto Ranch. You get more for your trade and award-winning satisfaction from 4 Stars Auto Ranch.
Experience commitment here at 4 Stars Auto.
Welcome back, everybody, to the social space. I'm Chris, that's Jackie, that's Andrew, and this is Mike. Mike Hardison. There you go. There you go. We had to get it right because I messed it up before. That's the good thing about recording.
That's
That
true.
is
No
true.
live TV like the old days.
Yeah.
If I
It's
screwed it up the
literally
old days, I had to
written
fix
right
it.
there.
It is, it's right there. But I wasn't looking that way. No place like home, healthcare. Tell us about how that all came about and how you got it all started.
Yeah, so that's a long story, but I'll try to be brief. It's a little bit of a boy meets girl story. So was working in physical therapy at a rehab hospital here in Wichita Falls and met my wife, and one thing kind of led to another. That place shut down, and we went working for different agencies, and I was working for a home health company, and my wife was working for a home care agency that franchised all across the country. And so we unexpectedly, but we're blessed to have a daughter on the way at the time, and she decided she wanted to step out of that job for a while and raise our daughter. And so once that that time kind of passed, she decided that she wanted to get back into the job market, and we thought what better thing to do than to go into what she had already been doing for this franchise company,
Yep.
which was start our own agency.
Well, that's an awesome
Yeah, that's
connection
great.
right
Yeah,
there.
so-
I like that.
Yeah, and we've always been real interested in giving back to the community and doing what we can. I've worked in elder care for 25 years, and that's just a real soft spot for us. So this was just a way to kind of marry those two things together, and we started the company 6 years ago this coming April.
That's great.
So,
That's
yeah.
super cool.
Yeah. So, Mike, we love the name of your business,
Oh, yeah,
but
thanks.
how does this service impact those families that need no place like home?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So there's a lot of our clients that maybe can't really stay at home on their own, but they're not really to a point where they need to be put in a facility or live in a facility 24 hours a day. And so what we do is we try to branch those two segments of their life, right? So we just provide the care that enables them to stay at home. So
Right.
maybe they can stay at home independently, but they really can't shower or cook or clean their homes.
Right.
And we provide those services
Okay.
all the way to the point of some clients are bedbound, so they're 24 hours a day and they just refuse to go to a facility.
Yep.
So we provide that 24-hour care so they can stay in their home. And studies have shown over and over again that you live longer, healthier, better quality life
Yeah.
in a home than you do in a facility.
That's great.
There's some great facilities out there, and I don't mean to take anything away from them, but we all want to be at home. So
Yeah.
there's really no place like home, right?
Comfort of home?
I think so. I think all of us would love to stay at home as long as possible. And even as a daughter of parents, I would want my parents to be able to stay at home as long as possible. So if I switch from the patient to the caretaker,
Okay.
Lots of stress and anxiety, multitasking. I mean, how could we ever thank our caretakers enough, especially through the last couple of years? You were telling me the other day that a lot of your caretakers love the fact that they can take a deep breath and concentrate on one patient at a time. So tell us the difference about working for a big organization versus working for no place like home.
Yeah, so that's a great point. So it's funny because I was watching some of your stuff this last weekend about your Urban Air grand opening. And the first thing that kind of crossed my mind was, gosh, all these places are opening. Where are they finding employees, right? 'Cause we're
Yes.
having such a hard time finding employees over the last few years. And I got to thinking about how we are actually in a great position in our industry to provide an employment for a caregiver that might not fit the typical mold of another type of job, right? So we provide shifts to our clients, care to our clients in shifts that they request. So we don't have a 3 to 11, 11 to 7, 7 to 3, and a potential employee comes in, interviews, we hire them and say, okay, it's 3 to 11, and they're like, gosh, I can't work 3 to 11. My kids get out of school at 3:30. I have to be there for them, or I have to be home by 8 o'clock in the evening because I have to take care of this situation.
Yeah.
That's what makes this company so great and this industry so great, is we can literally put someone in a 8 to 11 shift in the morning, a 12 to 1. There's people who just need help eating, right, lunch.
Yeah.
Some overnight shifts. We have a lot of college kids who just want to be able to study in the evening, so they'll come and work overnights and stay with these clients that can't take care of themselves in the evenings. So it's really been a great opportunity for people who might not be able to fit in the traditional workforce, right?
Yeah.
So, but you're right, we can't thank them enough. It's been a thankless job for years, but especially these last few years when, it's just been so stressful on everyone.
So I go back to the point where your employees can work with you and dictate what works best in their lifestyle, whether they're parents or what a morning shift, afternoon shift, night
That's right.
shift. So I think it's important to let those people that are listening, how do they find you to see if they're a good fit for your company?
Yeah, so that's really easy. I know that's easy because I looked it up today, right?
Okay.
Did his homework.
That's right. So you can. The easiest way is to call us at
Yes.
940-500-1159. We're open 24 hours a day. We have on-call staff that will take phone calls. We may not be able to handle the onboarding process at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, but at least we can take the information, get a hold of them the next day, and get that situation process started. And then we also have a website, and it's noplacelikeHomewF.com. And then we're also on Facebook, No Place Like Home Senior Care.
I know we're about to wrap this one up, but you don't have to be a registered nurse to work for you.
No. So we're
So
non-medical.
tell us what the qualifications
Yeah,
are.
that's a good point. So we're non-medical. So there's some wonderful home health agencies here in town that provide nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, those type of things. We are the ancillary service that helps that client stay at home. So we're just we're just providing care, keeping the client independent. We're taking care of meals, cleaning, hygiene, things like that. You don't have to have a certified nurse's assistant certification, even though we do hire those. Those are wonderful employees. But we do all the training in-house. So really all I always say, the only thing we can't teach is compassion. So if you have compassion and you care about taking care of the elderly, then you're perfect for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you for
me.
what you do.
No, thank
That's
you.
the coolest thing. I mean, being here is cool, but what you do is really cool.
Yeah.
My daughter still thinks I'm cool.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
My boys not so much.
Well,
So thanks for
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
He's cool. Boys, he's cool.
He's cool.
All right, we're going to be back, and when we come back, you and I are going to arm wrestle. So stay right there. Just kidding. We're not. We'll be right back.
Medicare can be confusing. That's why it's important to have a locally born and raised expert to help you understand all your options. I'm Colby Mostacco, and I'm ready to serve you. Medicare changes every year, and that's why it's important to review the changes annually. I understand that everyone's needs are different. That's why I work hard to tailor a plan specifically for you, your family, and your lifestyle. That's the Mostacco way, more personal, more thoughtful, and more trusted.
Summer always seems like it'll last forever. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it's that time of year again. Don't be caught off guard. Get ahead of the problem. Let James Lane make sure your unit's ready for 90 one day and 30 the next. Be ready for anything and everything with James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. When you need us, we're there.
Four incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Town Square Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with News Talk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Town Square Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the Social Space.
Welcome back. It's the city space now.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Wichita Falls, Texas city stuff because we need to, because there was a little bit of a problem at the health department over the holidays. Yeah.
What happened?
Well, Christmas morning, early, they had a pipe giveaway, and then it led to a lot of water in their basement area.
Where at?
This is This is in the health district building. So
Okay.
it's over, like, you know where the big MPEC sign is
Yes.
that sticks up off the highway? It's that building right next
Got
to it.
it.
Okay.
That's the health district. So a lot of water goes in. It actually went up into the electrical panels.
Ooh.
So it shorted all that out. So the building hasn't had power since Christmas or right before. So that's a problem. So a lot of the services that we've all become, immunizations, WIC, which is women, infants, and children, a lot of those had to take a little hiatus while they just surveyed the damage to try and figure it all out. They've now kind of decided what they're going to kind of have to do to get everything going back, but it's not going to be an overnight solution. So vital records is back up. That's birth certificates, death certificates.
Okay.
People requesting. That's a busy department in the health department
Yeah.
every day. That's back up. Immunization should be back up now. They had to reach some state requirements for vaccines. Those have to be refrigerated and temperature controlled for a certain amount of time before they can go. So that should be back up. The environmental services was good, and you can, if you owe them any money, if you need to pay them for anything, you can go to animal services and pay that. That's on Hatton Road at 281. So I think the whole thing that we really need to tell everybody about is that this was a really severe event. That building was built in 1969. It had some older stuff that still worked just fine. It was built well. It just had an accident with a pipe.
So what happens, Chris, for people that need those services at the moment?
They're going to get them back. WIC is back.
Okay.
And the way WIC is operating, which is women, infants, and children, it's operating pretty much the same way it did during COVID, when they couldn't have face-to-face. So
Okay.
they're doing telephone appointments
Yeah.
and Zoom stuff and virtual stuff. And then you can still go by and get benefits if you need them, but you have to do all the appointment stuff first.
So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? How are they going to repair it?
Well, they're going to have, the service master has been amazing in getting everything out of the building, and they're getting the humidity out and stopping any more damage. But they've got asbestos all over that building, because it was built in the late 60s. So they're going to have to do abatement on that.
Wow.
And that building's going to be closed for a while. I mean, it could be, it's probably months of relocating 50-something employees, and the services will still be there. They may be in a temporary building outside, or
Okay.
WIC, they may do what WIC does, and if they've got to do in-person appointments, it's done virtually. So
well, that's good to know.
they're still going to be
Yeah.
there. Those services are still going to be there. It's just a matter of them placing everybody. It's a lot of displacement, if you really think about it.
So the biggest thing you may want to tell the viewers is either to call or email before you just drive down there?
Yeah, keep an eye.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to get in the building because it's not safe, but keep an
Okay.
eye on social media. Keep an eye on the city's website. Sign up for press release notifications, because we send that out through our office. Lots of information on where services are, what's going on, with services being restored and immunizations.
Okay.
They've moved. There's 2 sections to that building. There's the 1969 section, and then there's another section that was built in the 80s. The section that was built in the 80s is way above where the water was, because it was built
Okay.
up. So it's okay. So they're moving a lot of the stuff that was in the old building where they can into the newer building, so that we can actually still have services in that building for people who need to come there and get stuff.
Well, there you go, and that's why we have the city space as,
Sure.
as the third segment of the show. Thanks
Exactly.
for the information.
Hey, it's my
now,
pleasure.
What did you say your title was again?
I'm the public information officer.
There you go.
I don't have a badge, but I have a lot of shirts that have this on it. And my name, which makes it really official. I just need some mouse ears.
Well, it was great to have Alisa Echols with
Yes, it
Hospice of
was.
Wichita Falls, and Mike,
Yes.
with No Place Like Home. It's been a great show. It's a new year, 2023.
I love it.
Let's
I
get
love
it
it.
working. We got to
I love
go.
it. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, so I'm a finalist for the Remodeler's Advantage Impact Award. Do I deserve it? Well, deserve is a strong word. Yes.
Axis Construction, how can I help you? I'm sorry, he's currently in a meeting right now. Can I take a message?
Yeah, we've got a great team. I love everybody here. I'd like to give them freedom to do their best work and space. I'd like to encourage and support them so that they can do everything that they want to do.
Working with Jeremy has been, you want me to say a word or just, he's creative, tall, courageous, and bold. Jeremy is ambitious, a very tall leader. What's that say?
This is like kind of out of my comfort zone. Y'all probably didn't catch any of this.
We're rolling.
Oh.
I can't read that one.
Yeah, I'm humble. I'm like the most humble guy I know. Anybody wants to argue with me, they're wrong.
Humble.
He's a thoughtful boss, lets us get our work done, gives us our space, little distractions.
Johnny, that really hurt.
To get the best work done in a day, I need complete silence and no distractions. And sometimes that could be difficult working around Jeremy. Other than that, I love it.
Yeah. RA, on a serious note, thank you so much for nominating me as an Impact Award finalist. To my friends at Velocity, you challenge and encourage me, and I appreciate you more than you know. And to our team at Axis Construction, you inspire me to be better every day. Thank you.